Hello, welcome to the introductory problem presentation for Chapter 8. The introductory problem is problem 827A, calculating depreciation expense using different methods, on page 453. And it says, Weir Services Company purchased a copier on January 1, 2013 for $25,000 and paid an additional $500 for delivery services. The copier was estimated to have a life of 4 years, or 1 million copies. Salvage was estimated at $1,500. The copier produced 250,000 copies in 2013 and 270,000 copies in 2014. Compute the amount of the depreciation expense for the copier for calendar year 2013 and 2014 using these methods: straight line, units of production, double declining balance, and the Marx method. Now, I'm trusting at this point that if you're looking at this problem, you've listened to the video, the YouTube video on Chapter 8 overview, that you have looked at those page numbers and you have an idea of what we're talking about. So I'm focusing here on calculations, not on explanations. So you can get the explanations in the overview video, or you can get them in the chapter on the pages that I identified. So as we set up this problem, the issue you're asked to consider is, how would I set up and solve this problem? So the data that's given in this problem is that the purchase date was 1/1/13, that the purchase price was $25,000, the delivery costs were $500, the estimated life in years is 4, the estimated copies is 1 million, the estimated salvage value is $1,500. The units produced in 2013 were 250,000. The units produced in 2014 were 270,000. So that's the data given to us. So now we have to look at the various methods. The first method that's presented here is requirement A, straight line depreciation. And the formula for straight line depreciation is cost minus salvage divided by life. So the depreciation expense would be 25,000 plus 500 minus 1,500 divided by 4. So the solution then is 6,000 per year. So it's cost plus delivery minus salvage, and that value divided by 4, and it's 6,000 a year. So for 2013 and 2014, we have right over in here 6,000 each one of those years. Straight line depreciation, same amount every year. For requirement B, we have units of production depreciation. And the formula again is cost minus salvage, divide by the estimated total units to derive a cost per unit. So the depreciation expense is going to be 25,000 plus 500, cost plus delivery, minus 1,500, the product there, divided by 1 million. So you get 0.024 cents per copy. Now in 2013, they had 250,000 copies times 0.024 cost per copy, or $600,000. In 2014, they had 270,000 copies times 0.024 cents per copy, and that's $6,480. for units of production depreciation expense. Now, under the double declining balance method, the formula is cost minus accumulated depreciation, which is book value, times the life stated as a percentage, or 4 divided into 1 to get 25%, and then times 2 to accelerate it double the straight line method, which in this case would be 50% a year. So now the depreciation expense becomes, in 2013, $25,500 minus 0, because there's nothing in the accumulated depreciation the first year, to get a book value of $25,500 times 50%, or $12,750 depreciation the first year. Now for the second year, we have cost minus accumulated depreciation to get a book value of $12,750 times 0.5 to get $6,375 for 2014's depreciation under the double declining method. Now the next method is the Marx method, and we're going to have to assume it's a 4-year life, so we're going to have to assume a 5-year property. So the formula is cost times the Marx percentage, which is given in a table on page 429. So the depreciation expense is cost, $25,500, times the Marx percentage. So in 2013, that's $25,500 times 0.2 for $5,100, and in 2014, it's $25,500 times 0.32, the next number in the Marx table, for $8,160. So with those amounts for the depreciation each year, our job here is just to show how to calculate them. But if we were to then start to compare them, we could begin to see that the double declining balance gave us $12,000, and Marx gave us half in the first year of depreciation, so it would have given us $5,100. And you can see that the double declining balance is still the most aggressive depreciation method. It gives us the greatest expense in the first year of acquisition. Now we get $18,000 in the first 2 years with double declining, and we get $13,000 with Marx. Marx is forcing us into that half in the year of acquisition. So, and it only gives us a 5-year table, so it'll only let us depreciate 20% instead of 25%, which is what the double declining balance is showing us. So as we think about the differences, the Marx is set up to not allow as aggressive depreciation expense for the tax purposes, and it's rigid in that it gives us 5, 7, 10 years, but it doesn't give us the intervening years, and there's no, you can't interpolate between years to get a different value. So here we have this problem, this data, straight line depreciation, its formula and calculations, units of production, its calculations, its formula and calculations, double declining balance, its formula and calculations, and Marx and its formula and calculations. I think you'll find it's a rather easy problem, a good introduction to these 4 depreciation methods, and of course you can do more, and you will do more in your Excel problem, but you'll do exactly this same calculation, you'll just do it on Excel. So welcome to the 4 depreciation methods. Welcome to Chapter 8 in this introductory problem.